All right, so today we're going to dive deep into deltaVision.
Okay.
And looks like we've got some excerpts here, maybe pulled from their website about their mission.
Yeah, definitely looks like it.
And they seem to be pretty focused on this idea of ending
Disposable.
the disposable era,
Yeah.
of space travel. And they want to do that through something called orbital refueling.
Right, exactly. And that's what's so fascinating about deltaVision is this idea of,
Yeah.
making space missions not just more sustainable, but more efficient too.
Yeah.
And they think they can do that by enabling spacecraft to refuel while they're already in orbit.
Okay, so, orbital refueling, that's a pretty big idea. What's driving this?
Well, I think you have to look at the way space is being used these days.
Okay.
It's changing really fast.
Yeah.
There are more players up there than ever.
Right.
There are new needs coming up constantly, like debris removal.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Huge.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, through it all, the thing that holds everything back is still fuel.
Oh.
I mean, think about it. Most spacecraft we launch today are essentially single-use because of how much fuel they can carry at launch.
Yeah, makes sense.
So deltaVision is really going after that bottleneck.
So by offering the possibility to refuel in orbit, they're basically saying, hey, we can extend the lifespan of a spacecraft.
Exactly.
We can do more with it. We don't have to just, throw it away after one mission.
Exactly. And think about what that means for efficiency.
Yeah.
And potentially, the market for this kind of thing could be huge.
Billion-dollar idea, maybe?
I mean, who knows?
Okay, so how does deltaVision actually plan to make this happen? What are they building to solve this problem?
Well, their mission is to develop these really advanced systems for managing fluids in space.
Okay.
And that includes cryogenic fuels, which are the kinds of fuels that you had to keep super cold.
Right.
They're looking at serving the new space sector, obviously, but also traditional space companies and even the hydrogen mobility industry here on Earth.
Wow. Okay, so they're really casting a wide net here.
Absolutely. They want to become a leader in this next generation of propulsion technology, and all from Germany.
From Germany. Okay,
So,
interesting. So they're creating this orbital refueling infrastructure. We're talking about like systems for transferring fuel in space.
yeah.
How different is this approach compared to how we do things now? I mean, you said most spacecraft are single use.
It's a complete shift.
Ugh.
I mean, instead of launching these satellites that are fully fueled and then basically disposable,
Right.
the idea is to be able to refuel spacecraft that are already up there,
Right.
or even reusable launchers that come back
Right.
and they're developing these things called multi-standard couplers,
Okay.
which will let different kinds of spacecraft connect and refuel, which is going to be essential for making this whole thing work.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, you're talking about the possibility of much longer missions in space,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even lunar landings. Who knows?
It's really exciting to think about.
It is.
So we did see in our sources they're using the 3D experience platform.
Oh, yeah, that's key.
Can you talk a little bit about how they're using that?
I mean, the 3D experience platform is really all about giving them this integrated environment for all the incredibly complex engineering work they have to do.
Right.
We're talking about everything from the initial design and simulations of these refueling systems
Yeah.
to managing all of the data that comes with developing these systems.
Yeah.
It's really a powerful tool for something as intricate as orbital refueling.
Yeah, and you've got to imagine that managing all the data on a project like this is a whole challenge in and of itself.
For sure. It's massive.
Okay, so if we want to sum up deltaVision here, it seems like their core focus is building this infrastructure for in-orbit refueling.
Exactly.
Their vision is this more sustainable space future, and to make it happen, they're leveraging cutting-edge technology like the 3D Experience platform.
Right. They're tackling one of the biggest limitations in space travel with a really innovative approach.
Yeah.
And they seem to have the technology to actually make it work.
So this leads us to a really interesting thought for everyone listening. Imagine what becomes possible when we've got refueling readily available up in orbit.
Yeah.
I mean, we're essentially talking about a gas station in space.
Right.
How does that change exploration? How does that change commerce? How does it change how we even think about using resources beyond Earth?
It's a big question.
It is a really big question, and we'll leave that with you today.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for diving deep with us.
Yeah, this was a good one.